The first step in good right hand technique is the placement of the arm. And so we start with the idea that we need to know where the fingers are supposed to line up. I'm on the third, second, and first strings. 3, 2, 1, like that, with those three fingers. And you'll notice that there's a curl in my fingers where I'm not straight up, and I'm certainly not pulling back this way, and I'm not too far forward this way. I'm right about here, a little bit of a curl. I notice that these knuckles right here pretty much line up so that they're perpendicular to the strings. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. Okay, the thumb is to the outside of the fingers. I'll move this way a little bit, you can see. So we don't want them to collide because otherwise you end up pinching the strings this way. There's about 3 fingers worth of distance between my wrist and the face of the guitar. And my wrist itself, in my particular case, there's a slight bend. I don't know if you can see it, but really it should be fairly straight. And I find this little bit of a bend works pretty good for me. I can straighten it out a little bit by moving it back a little bit. But trying to keep it relatively straight. We don't want it hyper arched this way, and certainly don't want it collapsed this way. It throws everything here out of position. And it's just much more difficult to get a good sound and to work efficiently. So I'm on the middle of the forearm. My shoulder is relaxed. My fingers are in place, my fingers are curled, and I can play effortlessly, and I don't have to pull, pop, snag, do anything like that, right? And I'm just playing across the top of the strings. Please don't reach in between the strings and grab the string from underneath, because then you start playing this way and everything pops that way. So we just want to go this way, right across the top of the strings. Hand closes a little bit. I'm exaggerating it here. Normally it's more like that, but you get the idea. It's that kind of motion. My hand is actually tilted a little bit this way, thumb down a little bit, right? So you don't want to be straight on like this, and you don't want your wrist. Okay, we don't want our wrist twisted around this way either, and I have seen players do that. It's certainly possible to play that way, but it puts a lot of stress on your hand. All you have to do is turn your wrist that way and then just try to move your first 2 fingers. You can feel the tension in your hand and in your fingers. So you want to keep it straight, and that's pretty much all you need to do.